That's why I'm trying to make a better way. Whole new crib in a better place. Get my people out the hood, we'll see better days. Tell a fan sorry, y'all let them wait. Shit up there like a Saturday. Listen to me how I beat the speed up like a battle.
Yo, what up, guys? Welcome to KO Sports Talk. It's been a while since I've done a real live with my boy Chuck, but we had to do one today because this is the NFL frenzy, the NFL free agent frenzy. So much stuff has been happening from the Seahawks signing Sam Darnold to a 3-year deal, $100.5 million. Justin Fields going to the New York Jets on a 2-year deal. DK Metcalf being traded to the Pittsburgh Steelers. I mean, so much is going on. And, of course, we're going to be talking about Chicago Bears. Us signing Drew Dahlman, getting Grady Jarrett, and Dayo Odeyingbo. But before we start this video, guys, make sure to like and subscribe, guys, and to hit that notification bell so you can get the latest and greatest in regards to Chicago Bears news. And not only Chicago Bears news, but Chicago sports in general. But let's dive into this, man. Let's further ado, just dive into this, man. Chuck, I want to get your thoughts on this. That's been going on, just Chicago Bears offseason so far. I want to get your thoughts on that. I know you're excited just as much as I'm excited.
Oh, yeah. Hey, welcome out there in KO Sports Talk land. I'm Chuck for Damage One. I am the biggest Bears fan that you know. Welcome to another edition of KO Sports Talk. I'm going to encourage everybody that's out there that's listening, that's checking us out, to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that like button. Put your comments in the comment section and subscribe to the channel. Invite your friends. Let everybody know what we got going on here. Coach, I am definitely excited for what is going on right now. What I see the Bears doing, I see Ryan Poles. Kudos to you, Ryan Poles. I see that man getting out of Ben Johnson's way and letting this guy cook. I'm loving what I'm seeing. I'm seeing a general manager who finally understands that he don't have all the answers and he don't have to have all the answers. He's got a guy here that can help him figure it out, bro. He don't have to be a one-man band getting everything right, bro. And
he has a football mind.
Absolutely. He's got a brilliant football mind in Ben Johnson on his squad now, who's helping him to put everything together, piece it together properly, pontificating on the ideas of what needs to be done and what don't need to be done, where we need to spend our value at and where we need to lose things at so that we can gain value. And these cats are cooking. Ben Johnson came in here. He got with Ryan Poles, and they have had one word in their mind all season. Trenches, trenches, trenches. That's all they've been thinking about. That's all they've been talking about. And I don't know if y'all can see what's behind me, but this is what you call trench work here. This is trench work. There's Darnell Wright, who was drafted last year on the far side there. Then you got Jonah Jackson, who we just got traded from the Rams to get him over here. He's familiar with Ben Johnson from his Detroit Lions days. Then you got this dude in the middle we just signed today, Drew Dahlman, and you see it on the ticker. Drew Dahlman, we just signed him 3 years, $42 million. You got this other guy on the other side of him, Joe Thuney. Joe Thuney is a 4 or 5
2-time All-Pro.
Right.
Made the All-Pro 2 times back-to-back.
Man is a 4-time Super Bowl champion, and you still got Braxton Jones on the other end, which tells me we are not done cooking. That is trench work, people. That is what you call trench work. That is what the Bears have been missing. That is what got Caleb Williams sacked 68 times last year because the trenches were not right, and the Bears have officially addressed it to the maximum. We got one more move to make, Coach. We got one more to make. 10th pick in the draft, I want us to get Will Campbell to seal the deal here, bro. If we get Will Campbell, with everything else that I already did, whatever come out of my mouth, brother, I'm not responsible. It's not me. It's just going to be the excitement of being a Bears fan and actually seeing a Bears team that's looking good out here, bro. But if we don't get him, Braxton Jones can be serviceable. with this front four that's on the side of him, bro. With this front four that's on the side of him. This is beautiful and masterful work in free agency and in trades by the Chicago Bears. Kudos to Ben Johnson. Kudos to Ryan Post. Kudos to the Bears organization for finally getting out these people's way and letting them cook, bro. Kudos to them.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. And like you said, just not only them building the offensive line, but also the defensive line. Them getting
I say the defense for you, but I'm talking offense. I'm gonna say the defense for you. You go ahead, brother.
Defense too. Dayo Odeyingbo from the Colts. He was a young ascending defensive end from the Colts. He's gonna come in, and last year he had a solid season. Last year with the Indianapolis Colts. I think I mentioned this to you, but this guy, 67% of his snaps, right, were either a tackle for a loss or no gain since he's on. Since he's been on the field, and that's very astounding. And the guy, his pressure rates, I read this stat that he's able to get to the quarterback 8.9% of his pressures, 8.9. So that's pretty good compared to, pretty serviceable for a defensive end. And now that you're going to be pairing him with Grady Jarrett, because Grady Jarrett, he was one of the all-time premier defensive tackles in the NFL. I mean, I don't know what Atlanta was thinking, but they got rid of him.
Jump in on the Grady Jarrett thing. I didn't know much about this guy because I didn't watch a lot of Atlanta football last year, outside of the focus on Bijan Robinson and a few other.
Last year they didn't have no edges.
But brother, I just went and did some research on Grady Jarrett in the trenches, and man, let me tell you, this guy is big.
A monster.
He is aggressive. He is nasty.
He has a high motor too.
That is something that the Bears have sorely been missing in the trenches for years, bro. Good job, Chicago Bears scouting staff. Great job, coaching staff. An excellent job, general manager, for making all this happen, bro. That is an outstanding pickup for the Bears to go alongside of Javon Dexter and big Andrew Billingsley and what have you. Plus, it creates alternate depth for us at the position. So now it's not a thin spot anymore on our defense.
It's not a big need, yeah.
Oh my God, I'm loving what they're doing, Coach. This is beautiful.
And just to imagine what they're going to do with the draft. This gives them also flexibility within the NFL draft. They could trade down. They can get the best player available. You can get Ashton Genty. They could do whatever, within the draft, get Will Campbell. They could do whatever they want in the draft. Trade down, get an additional, keep building the trenches. I mean, this definitely gives them a lot of flexibility.
And let me add this too, Coach. I know everybody is always on these weapons positions. Everybody wants to look at the wide receivers, and they want to look at the quarterbacks, and they want to look at the running backs, and it's weapons. That's all everybody thinks about when they think about drafts. Let me tell you guys something. Hear me and hear me good. The biggest sore spot the Chicago Bears have had has been these trenches. And the reason they were addressed so vehemently and so hard in this free agency, and they're not done addressing them, is because last year we invested, the last 2 years actually, we for the most part have invested in weapons. We've invested in weapons. We invested in a
building
trade.
outside instead of inside out.
Yeah, we invested in Keenan Allen. We invested in Roma Dunze. We invested in DeAndre Swift. We invested in
DJ Moore.
I already said DJ Moore. We invested in these guys. We invested in Gerald Everett. At some point, you've got to invest in the security of your offense, the security of your QB, the security of your playmakers. You can't just keep running to get playmakers all the time. The only freaking thing we know out here is playmakers, and that is utterly ridiculous to me. You do not have successful playmakers in this NFL to be great and well accomplished and achieving phenomenal feats like winning Super Bowls. You do not get that always running to weapons. Now, look, people, if the Bears find a way to address our left tackle issue, because to me, we still have an issue at left tackle. Braxton Jones is not the answer. This is a 3-year experiment that has not panned out. I'm not going to say it's an utter failure, but it's failed. This experiment has failed. Braxton Jones is not panning out.
I think Braxton Jones, he's going to get paid next year because I don't know. The Tennessee Titans, they signed this one left tackle. I seen him in his tape, but I think it was his name DJ Moore. Not DJ Moore.
I think I know who you're talking
DJ
about.
Reed. I think it's DJ. Is it DJ? No, it's not. I got to look at it.
I think I know who you're talking about.
But yeah, the Tennessee Titans signed him to like a big deal. And when I saw that, I'm like, yeah, Braxton Jones, he's going to get paid next year. I mean, to us, Braxton Jones, he's all right. He's serviceable, but like, he still can't pull the bull rush. He gets beat. But, according to like some of these guys, like this guy, I saw a little bit of his tape, and he didn't even look that great at all, and he got paid. So, yeah, Braxton Jones, I would not want to pay him $30 million. Based on the production.
Position is such an invaluable position in the NFL, especially for a quarterback. And just so you all understand, the reason the left tackle position is so invaluable in the offensive line is because the left tackle protects the quarterback's blind side. Most quarterbacks in this NFL.
There you go, Dan Moore. There it is, Dan Moore. Yeah, Dan Moore. That's his name.
Thank you, Joel. Thank you. Always got the answers, my brother.
I saw his tape. He looked a lot worse than Braxton Jones. If you check his, oh my God, this dude gets beat a lot. Dan Moore. And Tennessee Titans just signed him. So Braxton Jones, yeah, he's gonna get paid.
It's a valuable position to be in. It's the most valuable position on the offensive line is the left tackle, because the 70% or more, or maybe 80% of your QBs in the NFL are right-handed throwing QBs. So the left side is the blind side. When they're dropping back to pass, they can't see back there. So they need a dude back there who they know they can trust to protect them. And to me, Braxton Jones has proven for the most part to be ineffective, bro. He gets bull rushed through his chest. He's too big. He's too physical, too physically imposing for that to be happening.
Right, and you got long arms, dude. Like, come on, yeah.
That tells me he has no anchor.
He has no anchor.
That tells me he has no anchor. His anchor is bad. And because he can't ground himself to keep from getting bull rushed back into the quarterback. That's a problem, bro. And I think this guy, Will Campbell, whether he addresses the issue or not, is definitely a way of addressing the issue. What I'm hearing about the Will Campbell, I'm hearing that this guy has special footwork. That's the verbiage that they're using on Will Campbell. They said footwork is special. It puts him in a position where this guy is never getting bull rush. He's never getting tossed around. He's locking down, and that's what we need on Caleb Williams' blind side, bro. You know, now if the Bears want to try to skate around this, that we've been known to do this a time or two, and we want to try to skate around this,
I definitely would draft a left tackle.
With Braxton Jones, you go right on ahead. But I'm telling you, they gotta fix that position. All the rest of this is fantastic, but that's going to be the most important position that's on this field, and you need it solved. Now, if the Bears find a way somewhere by osmosis, by some metamorphosis of time to fix this position without going in the draft at number 10 and getting Will Campbell, hats off to him. I don't have a problem with us then going to get your Ashton Genties and all these other pieces. But until we get this fixed completely, and we're 4/5 of the way home, people, we got one more piece to fix. Until we get this fixed completely, I don't believe we make another move to go to another weapon. Weapons don't save your QB from destruction when you're not blocking well. But I'm loving where the Bears are right now. I'm loving what we're doing, bro. I'm loving it.
And I definitely, I'll still draft a left tackle. But I just wanted to say this, because his anchor is definitely an issue. Do you think, with the new coaching staff, right, with Dan Richard, do you think they could clean up his technique, with this anchor, or do you think it's just an internal thing? Like, do you think it's just part of his strength?
At this point, I honestly think it's internal with Braxton Jones, bro. I don't think he's had horrendous coaching in terms of helping him get his technique together with the past coaches that he's had, the previous coaches. I just think it's become mental. He doesn't know how to dig in. He doesn't know how to push past whatever this blockade is that's got him lacking this leverage issue. Little guys should not be able to get into Braxton Jones's chest. But
Right.
they are constantly doing that, bro. And if you're constantly being able to press through a big guy's chest, you're constantly going to win a leveraging battle. And when you're winning leveraging battles, your QB is going to be in a world of trouble. We cannot keep living with this mediocre play from the left tackle position. It is just virtually impossible.
I agree. I definitely agree.
Impossible. And you can't ask Caleb Williams to be uberly successful with that type of thing going on behind him. Now you make him uncomfortable. He get happy feet. He don't know how much time he's got. He don't know if he's about to get killed. He's taking off running. He's doing everything Justin Fields was doing when he was here, bro. Because now he's concerned. He's nervous. He's worried about getting hit.
Right. And that's my blind side too. That's like left tackle is one of the most important positions in football.
To show you how important it is, people, the Washington Commanders just went and pulled a trade with the Houston Texans to get one of the top left tackles in the game for the blind side of Jaden Daniels, Larry Tunsil. That's how important that is.
They got Larry Tunsil.
That's how important that position is. Nobody should be more paid than your left tackle on the offensive line. Why? Because nobody has a greater weight of responsibility to protect the quarterback than that left tackle, bro. Nobody, bro. Nobody. Real talk. Nobody.
Real talk, yeah. And like you said, we definitely need to bring more competition in the left tackle position, because I mean, like Braxton Jones, he's had enough time. Like he's had the last 2 to 3 years to improve, and it's still a problem.
3 years, bro. I mean, what are
3 years? It's still a problem.
Right.
And at some point, you gotta look at yourself. It's internal. It's definitely internal. And
And let me say this too, people. If we can't get Will Campbell, because Will Campbell is an attractive draft piece, other teams may want to take a stab at him, like they did Joe Alton last year's draft, coming out of Penn State. If we can't get him, there's this other fella from the University of Ohio State, the Ohio State University, named Josh Simmons, who I watched his game film. I'm telling you, people, he is nasty. You know what Josh Simmons does, Cole, that sets him apart from a person like Braxton Jones? Because their size is very similar. Josh Simmons, he does something that I think technically is unique but very sound. He sticks his arm out. He sticks that arm out, and he meets the defender with his arm first, with his hand, bro. So, and he's very strong. So once he gets that hand on him, if the defender doesn't know how to muscle through it, he can control which direction
he's going.
The defender is going. And if the defender beats him with this arm, now his footwork is backing up. He's got his leverage down. He's grounded. He's settled. Now he got the other arm that he can put in there for help or for adjustments. I mean, it's textbook beautiful, bro. It's textbook beautiful. And Joel, I see you out there, bro. You said the issue with Campbell is his arm length. Well, Joel,
I don't think it's an issue.
Right. Let me say this, brother. Initially, they did have it as an issue, but once they did his measurements at the combine, they found out that those numbers were falsified. He actually has long enough arms to play the position in the NFL.
How big is his arms? Like 34 inches?
Yeah. He's 33. Yeah, I can't remember the exact number, but he's the regulatory arm length that you would want the left tackle to be at. 6'6".
I think a left tackle has to be like what,
34? Yeah, I think it's 34. I think it was. Yeah, I think
34.
He's 34. Yeah,
at least 34 inches.
But yeah, and the initial reports was that I think he was at like 32 and a half, a little bit
they said 32 and a half
or something. Yeah, that was the initial reports. But they found that to be a myth. Somebody lied on the numbers when they put the numbers out there. Doesn't matter when you got a guy who can play the position. At the end of the day, that's what's the most important thing. And right now, I see Braxton Jones with all these physically imposing attributes. He's
got the size. He's got everything. He's just
looks like a Greek god standing out there. But the man is mental. The man can't get the job done. And that's a problem, people. We cannot have that on the left side of the offensive line. We cannot have that on the left side of this offensive line. So we got to address it, bro. We got to address it. And look, if the Bears can address it before we get to the draft picks, I'm all for going to get your ass.
And the thing about what Ben Johnson preached, this is what I liked about Ben Johnson compared to Matt Eberflus. And even like, you know, when Ryan Poles was here and Matt Eberflus was here, they always said, oh, we need an athletic guy. We need athletic guys who are strong and big. But the thing with Ben Johnson talks about he wants a guy with a nasty mean streak. He wants a guy that has the mentality, that has the football mind to just go out there and get their hands dirty and want to dominate you. That's what Ben Johnson wants. He wants guys that want to dominate. Yeah. And that's the thing. We don't want just guys who are just athletic, who run a 4.25, run a 4.3, that's 6'6" with 36-inch arm span, but they don't have the mental capacity. They don't have the football mind in order to play the game. Yeah, we want guys.
A lot of these
a nasty mean streak.
Yeah, a lot of these guys have the physically imposing imagery of a dominant football player, but they don't have the mental fortitude and the mental toughness. They don't have the heart, bro. They lack the heart to get up in there and mix it up with these other guys. One or two guys get in their face and get to talking nasty, and before you know it, they're off the rep. They're off the rails, bro. They're off the rails, man. You can't even bring them back in, and now they're scared of little guys, and little guys are punking them. But I never in life, Kof, want to see again what I saw this past season in front of Caleb Williams. I'm watching the middle linebacker of the Tennessee Titans, game 1 of the season, take Coleman Shelton and toss this dude like a rag doll 8 yards out of his way. This is a linebacker running up on an offensive lineman, running up on the center and tossing him like a rag doll 8 yards
300 plus pound, right?
We cannot ever have that.
Dude, we all saw that Indianapolis game. We all saw that Seahawks game. That was terrible.
And the Seahawks is not a great defense. Had this man on the run. The New England Patriots, who just spent a bevy, they spent a king's ransom to get their defense together this year, had 9 sacks against this offensive line, bro. Now, granted, that was the game where Braxton Jones and Darnell Wright was out, but it doesn't matter. It should never get that bad, bro. It should never get that bad. That was god awful. 9 sacks from a subpar defense, that's utterly ridiculous. That should never happen again in Chicago. And let me tell y'all something. This list here, this has been Johnson's attempt to make sure and to rest assured in our mind that it never, ever will happen again, bro.
It's going to be not on my watch.
Exactly. Kudos to Ben Johnson. Let's give that man a hand clap. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about.
And I wanted to talk a little bit more about the Joe Thuney, because for me, I mean, don't get me wrong, Jonah Jackson, he was good, but that Joe Thuney trade right there, that just signaled to me that this team was serious, that this team wants to really, really win. Because I didn't expect it. Like, it just came on my feed, and I looked on my phone, and I'm like, Joe Thuney? Like, really? Joe Thuney? Like, that was like so way left field.
The only Joe Thuney in the league, that guy.
Like, that guy who played with the Patriots and the Kansas City Chiefs, like that guy, like came to the Chicago Bears, and we got him, bro. When I read that, and they got him for a 4th round pick, which is like a steal.
A 4th round pick in next year's draft.
Next year's draft.
That's brilliant.
Not this year. Next year's draft.
So you didn't lose any draft capital for this year in the Joe Thuney trade. You lost it next year, and it's not going to hurt you. You can still build everything you need to build here, man. What I love with the Jonah Jackson trade is the familiarity. First off, he and Ben Johnson, they already have a working relationship, but they worked together when they was in Detroit together. This guy signed a big free agent contract with the LA Rams. Didn't work out over there. He got injured. He only played a few games over there. But then you bring him back, and the Bears only coughed up, wait for it, the 6th round pick that they got from the Pittsburgh Steelers. First one said Justin Fields, whom the Steelers no longer have. He's now officially the starting quarterback for the New York Jets.
New York
And what that
Jets,
tells
yep.
me, Cole, what that tells me, why everybody was laughing at how the Bears got fleeced, quote unquote, in the Justin Fields trade and only ended up with a 6th-round pick for him. The Bears actually ended up winning that trade because Pittsburgh has absolutely nothing to show for it now, bro. They got nothing to show for it. And we turned the 6th-round pick that we got from them into Jonah Jackson, bro.
Jonah Jackson, yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So we pretty much traded Justin Fields for Jonah Jackson.
Exactly. He said, Joel said with Thuney and Wright on the same side is elite. They won't, more than likely, they won't be on the same side, Joel. Thuney's
going to be a left guard.
He's the left
Jonah
guard.
Jackson's going to be a right guard.
Right. So really it's going to be Jonah Jackson and Darnell Wright on the right side. But that's okay. Yeah. I don't care where you line these guys up at. As long as they nasty, as long as
keep Thuney on the left guard side.
Right. Long as they're not letting nothing
get. You can't beat that. He was an all-pro on that side.
As long as they're not letting anything get to my mans, we good, bro. That's all that matters to me, bro.
And the thing about Joe Thuney, that season, dude, like he played over 1,000 snaps, only had like 1 penalty and like 0 sacks. Like he pretty much played the whole entire season, was like only 1 penalty and only 6 or 7 pressures and 0 sacks.
I think at this point, Cove, it's safe to say that the Bears are fast moving their way up the ladder in the NFC. Not just the NFC North, but in the NFC as having one of the top offensive lines in the NFC, bro. We 1 piece away. And I'm telling you, if we get Will Campbell, whatever come out of my mouth, y'all, this ain't me. I'm just telling y'all, it ain't going to be me. I'm going to be excited. I'm going to be losing my mind.
We're definitely going to be Super Bowl contenders if we get Campbell, bro.
Oh, if we get Will Campbell or Josh Simmons, I'll take either one of them, bro. Yeah. But Will Campbell is definitely
We're going to be playoff contenders. Definitely, for sure.
Yeah. The beauty of this is I watched Ben Johnson and Ryan Poles work, and bro, what I saw was these guys reading my mind. Everything we needed to address, that's what they attacked, bro. And the centerpiece here, we talking about Thuney and Jonah Jackson. That guy in the middle, Drew Dahlman. Oh, bro, that is the ground anchor work right there, bro. That is like the cornerstone that's going to glue all this together, bro. And I'm telling you, bro, for the Bears to get him 3 years, $42 million is a steal. Do you know, Cole? Do you know there were countless other teams offering this man more money? He turned down the money to come and play for Ben Johnson, bro. That's what I'm talking about, bro. That's what
right. And it was like within the first hour of free agency, I got that. I'm like, oh, we got Drew Dahlman. I wasn't even really surprised. I kind of knew he was going to come to Chicago.
Yeah. Joel asked a question here. He said, you guys high on Armand Mimbo at number 10. He's been his
I've been hearing about him.
Cope, I'll let you answer that. I got my own thoughts about that. But
I don't know too much about him, but I did hear he has been been shooting up.
Yeah, he's from Missouri, but he played for Missouri.
Yeah, Missouri. Yeah, Mizzou. He's from Mizzou. But yeah, I have been hearing about this guy, Armand Mizzou. I gotta do my research on this guy. I don't know too much about him, but from what I hear, from what I'm hearing from scouts and reports, this guy, he has a really, really good anchor. He has good footwork, from what I've been hearing. But like I said, I got to do a little bit more tape on this guy. I don't know too much about him.
All right, well, let me jump in here and let me give my 2 cents on him. And it's an emphatic no for me. It's an emphatic no for me, Joel.
It'll be a reach, though. Definitely be a reach, though. I mean, he's not like a blue chip player to me, but
when I first heard the guy's name, Armand Mimbo, what's up, Flip? I see you out there, brother. When I first heard his name, I immediately went and dug up some research, did some research and dug up highlight films and checked his gameplay out at different points in time. He misses too much. He's a hit or miss type of guy. And when he's pulling, when he's asked to move around, this guy cannot find his target, bro. There's a lot of misses that go on with that guy. And I'm telling you, Joel, Cove, all you brothers out here, that's tuning in to KO Sports Talk. We, as the Chicago Bears fans and the Chicago Bears organization, we cannot afford another miss at left tackle. I'm sorry. This guy is too much of a reach. I'm going to tell y'all who he reminds me of. You're not going to want to hear this if you're a fan of Mimbo. He reminds me of Larry Borum.
I thought you were going to say Charles Leno Jr.
No. Charles Leno might be an upgrade from this guy, bro. No.
Speaking of Larry Borum, he went to Miami. He's in Miami now.
God, thank God he's so cool. Woo, I'm glad the man's still working, but I'm so glad he's not working in Chicago.
Yeah, he's gone, bro.
Woo, thank God.
Miami signed him.
That's
their problem now.
Buy again. Yeah, but yeah. That Mimbo dude, I'm not high on him, bro. Not at all. I'm not high on him at all.
Borum, he's nothing like Borum.
Bear Truth 9 said Borum, he's nothing like Borum. That may be true, bro. I only did some research for a short period of time. I only got a chance to check out some highlights. What I saw, I was not impressed with, bro. And I'm letting you know, if it doesn't impress, in the short interim, I can't imagine it's going to impress in the long interim, bro. There's a lot of tape on that guy out there, and a lot of it doesn't look so good, bro. Yeah, okay.
I was going to say, what do you think about now since we're freestyling on this?
Well, you said he plays on the right side, bro. I actually saw quite a bit of film with him playing at the left tackle, bro, pulling from the left tackle. I know they moved offensive linemen around, but I don't know, bro. I don't know. It just didn't look good to me, bro. It didn't look good to me, and I'm kind of glad that we're not. I don't believe the Bears are going to bank their put all their eggs in that basket. I don't think they're going to bank anything on this kid. Go ahead, Cope. What were you going to ask me?
I was going to say, but in terms of the draft, right? So, I know like this draft is very deep, of course, like with offensive tackle, offensive linemen, or particularly offensive linemen, the interior, and with defensive linemen. But like, let's say we do draft. I mean, running back too, running as well. But let's say if we do draft Will Campbell, I mean, there are other, because we also need to address the running back position as well. There are other like good.
Who we really? I think that's $1 million question that people are not really addressing.
To me, I still think we do.
I thought Swift had a solid year last year, even behind this atrocious, horrid offensive line that we had him running behind. I thought he was very solid. He got extremely productive. It took him a little while to get going, but once Swift got to going, Swift was running well in the trenches, bro. I don't think we used Roschon Johnson adequately enough to know what Roschon Johnson can bring to the table. And I think in his rookie year, we saw that Roschon is more than capable, bro, of playing the position. So I don't think that, it's all that bad. Now, could we upgrade? Absolutely. I don't have a problem with us upgrading at the position. But is it as bad as everybody thinks? No, it's not. No, it's not. See, this is the thing people got to understand, Cole. When you're bad in the trenches, it makes everything look bad, bro. Everything looks bad. Your passing game looks bad. Your quarterback's decision-making looks bad. Your running game looks bad. Nothing looks good when you're not protected. When you're not protected because you're compensating, you're overcompensating for a lack of protection. You're trying to beat coverage that shouldn't be meeting you in the backfield when you're running back because there is no protection there. You know what I mean? So if I'm following your question correctly, if we go and get Will Campbell, should we? What?
It's just that Swift, he doesn't have the natural vision as a running back. Yeah, he may be good,
but can't. The thing with
Swift was
he got speed, brother.
He got speed. Don't get me wrong, he got speed, but sometimes, like when he was running the ball, like when you see him running the ball, his vision sometimes was not even all there. Like, yeah, he had bursts of speed at times, but like at certain times of the game, like he would just kind of get lost in the offensive line. Now, I get it. Like at times, like our offensive line was so bad in terms of it was horrible. It was horrible. But there are times where our offensive line was kind of stable, and like Swift, he didn't even know where to go, and that was the problem, like he could catch out the backfield, and like he's very good, he's very quick, but I still think we need a running back who has a good vision, who can get through the hole, can get those extra yards. Not only those extra yards, but that's very up tempo, like an up tempo type of running back. And I think there's a couple of them that's really good in the draft. It's very, very deep in this class. Like there's one Caleb Johnson from Iowa. I think that kid is good. He's very big running back.
Yeah, I've been hearing a lot on Caleb Johnson.
And then also Quinyon Junkins from Ohio State. He's also a solid running back as well. I still think we need some competition at the running back, man. Like
I don't have a problem with that.
That's just me. But what's his name? Roschon Johnson, he's good, but I still think that we need more. I still haven't seen enough from him to really bring confidence for him to be like kind of like my running back 2 or running back 1. But
okay, well, I personally don't have a problem with that, but I do got a guy in mind that I believe the Bears could pull possibly in the 3rd round, bro. I know everybody on the Ashton Jeanty train. I'm not mad for being there, but Bears fans, you got to understand, Ashton Jeanty is not the only quality running back in this draft class. There are a lot of good ones. And the guy that I've been fixing my eyes on is the guy out of Florida. His name is Montrell Johnson. I believe we looked at some tape before on him, Go. If you wanted to, you can go pull up some highlights on this. This guy is big. He is physical. He is strong. He puts me in the mind of a Steven Jackson type Todd Gurley hybrid.
Oh, Steven Jackson's strong. Yeah.
He's strong. He
violent runner.
Tackles, and he has breakaway speed. A big explosive downfield game. This is
like
the
Marshawn Lynch, those types of guys. Yeah.
Yes, sir. And I think I don't know if you got the time for it, Go, but if you got time, I would say go pull up a little snippet of his highlights. This dude has some beautiful film for you to look at, bro. That if the Bears have to go and get a guy, and it's not Ashton Jeanty, because I think, to be honest with you, I think Bears fans are fooling themselves if they think that we should go as high as the number 10 pick in the draft to take a running back when there is a plethora of running backs out here. We got bigger fish to fry. We got bigger issues to address than to be running to get another offensive weapon that's not going to be fully and totally used like it could be because of where we are in reference to our offensive line and our defensive fronts and all of that stuff. You know, we get in the trenches together. If we get a left tackle before Ashton Jeanty comes around, and if he's still on the board at that point, I don't mind us. Take him. Ashton Jeanty is phenomenal. I'm not taking anything away from that kid. I looked at his game film. I looked at his numbers. This guy is spectacular. But he's not the only running back, people, in this draft that is spectacular. There are a lot of very good ones.
It's deep. It's very deep. Oh, yeah, and Omarion Hampton, too. Omarion Hampton is another good option. I was going to even say that.
Yeah. So I'm on the Montrell Johnson train. To be honest with you, it's so many running backs that's out here that's available, bro, that I personally neglected to go and look at all of the game film. There's just too many to see. And this is what I'm trying to get Bears fans to understand. We're not going to lack for competition at the running back position if we take a runner later in the draft. It's not going to hurt us, people. It's not going to hurt us. I'm telling you. And if you go about it, if you were humorous and just give me a few minutes, bro, of Montrell Johnson video so they can see what I'm seeing, bro. If you and Matt pulling it up for 2 seconds, he got like a 7-minute clip. You don't have to play it all, bro. I just want them to get a glimpse of who this kid is, bro, and what he can do from the University of Florida. His name is Montrell Johnson, bro. You know.
You said Montrell Johnson?
Montrell Johnson. That's his name. And why is nobody talking about this Love kid out of Notre Dame, bro? Is he coming out this year, or is he still he's still a year away or something? The running back for Notre Dame. Nobody's talking
about Florida, right?
Huh?
He's from Florida, right?
From Florida, the University of Florida. Yeah.
I'm pulling it up right now. Got a copyright. I don't want to put music on there.
Right. That's fine. Bears fans, while y'all tuning this in, Kale Sports Talks fans, If you guys got a running back in mind other than Ashton Genty that you guys think would be a great steal for the Bears in the draft, why don't you drop his name in the comments section? Drop his name in the comments section so we can see what's on what you guys are hearing, what's on you guys' mind. If you can enlarge that screen. Okay. Let's take a look at this guy, man. Let's take a good look at this guy. And hopefully it gives you a nice stream here. Look at this. This guy, this is what I'm talking about, Bears fans. Look at this guy. This is breakaway speed. Stiff arm. He running in between the tackles, coming up the middle, boom, making people miss, ghosting them, and he's got the speed to get away from defensive pressure, from defensive tackles. Look at that. That's a thing of beauty, people. That's the thing of beauty. Whoop, what a move. What a move. This is what I'm talking about. We can get this guy in the third round. And people, look at who this is against now. Don't blink.
That's against LSU.
LSU. That's LSU he's doing this against. Just so you guys will know, he is not doing this against no bunch of scrubs. He is doing this against the top dogs out here. I believe this is Mizzou right here, if I'm not mistaken. I don't remember which team this is. But you see the you see the explosiveness in him, Kof. You see his capability. Do you see how he's running and
very explosive?
Blocks? And look at this guy, man. This is nasty work, bro. That's nasty work. And he's gone, bro. And he's gone. Look at this. What a cutback. What a cutback. Way to read
nice cutback.
Way to read the defense. Way to read the blocks. This is called running behind the numbers, people. That guy's running behind the numbers. And when he has to make contact, he makes contact. Look at this. Boom. Right into the guy. Right into the guy. He is not afraid of contact. He's very physical. And he's elusive, bro. When it's time to get physical, this guy can get physical.
There you go.
Solid base, bro. Solid base. Tell me this guy wouldn't be a steal in the draft, bro. In the third round. Tell me that wouldn't be a steal in the third round, fourth round, or whatever. We don't have a pick in the fourth round, so I'm saying third round, bro.
Yeah, he's good, man.
Yeah. So this is what I'm talking about, people. That's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about finding somebody.
Oh, yeah. Cam Scatterbull is pretty good, too. Cam Scatterbull.
Scatterbull.
Like too.
Now, yeah, I've been hearing a lot about him. What I got to do, Bears fans, now that the free agency is, come to a crux pretty much. All of the action that's supposed to be happening has pretty much happened in free agency for the Bears. Now I got to go dig into the trenches, and I got to go dig in and see the running back pool that's out here, because now I know what we're doing in the trenches, and I'm thrilled to see that. The Real Bears fan says in the past 25 years, there have been 530 QBs with 100 attempts in a season. Caleb is ranked 520th at completion percentage, throwing over 10 yards of airtime, 35.6% on throws over 10 yards, 5 of 12. Okay. Love our two guards trades. Love Dahlman overpaid for two depth guys. Okay. Real Bears fan, thank you for joining the podcast.
I don't know what this one was supposed to mean. I don't know what this whole thing was supposed to mean. I don't know what is that a good thing or a bad thing? It's
a shot at Caleb Williams. That's what it is, bro. And for the life of me, here's one thing I cannot understand with Bears fans. Why is it that you guys can't see that the problem is not always the guy who's catching the vitriol for that? Caleb Williams was not the problem here, bro. His offensive line was. He was sacked 68 freaking times. And I don't care how much of the blame he puts on himself.
So you're meaning to tell me that Caleb Williams was the first, only number one pick to have the best touchdown to interception ratio in NFL history, the number one pick, a rookie to have, and plus with a makeshift offensive line, the guy threw for over 3,500 yards, thrown for 20 touchdowns to 6 interceptions.
Only
the best touchdown to interception ratio. And not only that, he hasn't thrown an interception in 354 pass attempts. That's a rookie record.
Yeah. And this guy here, real Bears fan, he reeks of red beard, bro. I'm pretty sure this red beard probably under another assumed name. 8th in pass, ranked in pass blocking last year. You definitely are looking at PFF rankings, bro. PFF rankings don't.
I'm not going to block you, but I mean, it is block worthy, but no. Dude,
yeah, but PFF rankings don't always tell the full crux of the story, bro. The PFF rankings tell you when they're talking about the Bears are 8th in pass blocking? Did they tell you that Caleb Williams?
You're not no real Bears fan,
bro. Like, did they tell you Caleb Williams was running around for his life and keeping plays alive with his feet forever and a day to keep himself?
And let's not talk about the fact that Shane Waldron would not want to work with him. He had to study the whole playbook by himself. He had an offensive coordinator that didn't want to work with him. So please excuse me, miss me with all that hate, real Bears fan.
It is reprehensible. It is reprehensible that when the Bears find a way to get things going in the right direction, we have people out here, Bears fans, calling themselves Bears fans, who still do this. Can we celebrate the moment, people?
Is
it all right to be happy? Is it all right to be happy that we got one of these now? You see this on my screen? This is called an offensive line. Is it all right to be happy that we got one of them? Or we going to keep on looking at every problem that we ever had?
Kofi, never block anyone. Put them on mute. How do I do that? I'm not going to block them. I mean, I want people to talk, but like.
That's a great question. I mean, but in fairness, let me say this, Flip. We want everybody to have their opinion expressed. I
want to have everybody express. I don't really block people like that.
I don't have a problem with him expressing a negative point of view. Just know, can you do it? And can you do it in real time for real benefit on present day things? Bro, you going back to last year. You're going back to a rookie's last year, a rookie year at that. You know. Bears fans are merciless.
Peyton Manning had a worse rookie year than Caleb Williams.
Right. The Bears fans are merciless, and they have absolutely no chill when it comes to rookies. Everybody
and think about it. He had similar stats to Jaden Daniels last year, but everybody was flocking, oh, Jaden Daniels is the next great quarterback. But look at the numbers. He had similar numbers to Jaden Daniels. Seriously, almost similar.
But it doesn't
Check
matter.
The stats.
Some people are never going to be happy. It doesn't matter what the Bears do. We had a horrendous coaching staff. We went and got Ben Johnson. Ben Johnson has put an all-star studded cast of a coaching staff out here to help him get things together. Who is that? Ryan Poles has finally gotten out the way and allow a coach who knows what he's doing to put the trenches together. And what does this dude do? He get on here and he clowns the rookie quarterback. Come on, bro. You really think Caleb Williams is that bad? Did you really see this guy play? This guy is phenomenal. All he needed was time, and he didn't have much of that.
When he had time, he was lights out.
He was outstanding when he had time. And if you don't believe me, go ask the Detroit Lions. Yeah, I said it. At 15.
Go ask Green Bay. Go ask Minnesota.
Go ask them in the second half of the game in Detroit how horrible Caleb Williams was when he pretty much walked them back down and put the team in position to win the game at the end, if not for coaching blunders. Go ask him that. Go ask the Washington Commanders, who just left the NFC Championship game, who had to have a Hail Mary miracle at the end of the game to pull off a victory against this kid. Go ask the Green Bay Packers.
Come on, preach to the choir, Chuck. Preach to the choir, bro.
Go ask the Green Bay Packers, who lucked up and won a game on a last-second block field goal.
Which was a penalty because the dude literally jumped over the long snapper, which should have been a penalty.
Right.
We're not going to talk about that.
Yeah. Why you want to do all this bashing? Go ask the Minnesota Vikings, who are big in the game, who watched Caleb Williams come back within the last 58 seconds of the game to give the Bears not one score, but two scores to tie the game and send it to overtime. Go ask him how bad he is. Go ask him. Y'all horrible, bro. If I'm you, I would stop calling myself a Bears fan. That's terrible, bro.
You should call yourself fair weather Bears fan.
Yeah, that's terrible.
Change your name to Real to Fair Weather.
The only
Bears.
time Caleb can win a game is when the defense gets 2+ turnovers and a special team gets a TD. You sound stupid.
Dude, you sound
I'm gonna take the gloves off with you because that's just dumb as hell. If you want to be on here, you're not a Bears fan, then go on and say you're not a Bears fan. But don't get on here talking about you're a real Bears fan. Then sound this crap, man. Get off that, bro. You stupid. We're gonna move on to the next subject, or whatever that
next
is.
subject.
Well,
In other news, I mean, what did you think? Speaking of the Jets, I mean, what do you think about the Justin Fields signing, him reuniting with Garrett Wilson?
I think it was a brilliant signing by the Jets. I applaud Justin Fields. Flip, get your shot glass out. We giving you a chance to go some Justin Fields drinks. I applaud Justin Fields because for the first time in his NFL career, I saw Justin Fields stand up for himself against the organization. The Pittsburgh Steelers traded with the Bears and gave us a 6th-round pick for Justin Fields with the promise that they wanted him over there. Mike Tomlin has always sang his praise the entire time he was during his pro days and all that there in Ohio State, and he always claimed that he wanted this kid. You got him over there. You told him you was going to give him a year to sit behind Russell Wilson and learn. Russell Wilson went down with an injury before the season, so you had to throw him into action. He came out there in the first 6 games. He gave you a 4-2 winning record in 6 games. Russell Wilson came in from injury. You put him out there. He was on fire for a while. The offense fizzled because I believe that Arthur Smith all day long is an atrocious offensive coordinator. No matter.
He's a horrible offense coordinator.
The Canary Fowler pass game offense. So you're never going to get a whole lot of action out of his pass game offense. It's pretty good. He's okay with the run game, but not the pass game. But whatever the case, when things started to fizzle out and your team was struggling going into the playoffs, what do? You leave Justin Fields buried on your bench, holding a clipboard, holding the upper part of his jersey, waiting and praying and hoping that he can get back in the game.
They could have used him in that Ravens game. I don't know what they were thinking.
And then after the season is over, Russell Wilson walks. You've left Justin Fields with the promise that this is going to be his team. He's going to be the starter. And then you want this kid to re-sign with your organization, but you're giving him no guarantees that he's going to be the starter. Justin Fields, he finally stood up for himself. He did what he should have did here in Chicago. He told them, if I am not the starting quarterback, because money was not his issue, he let that be known. Money is not the issue. Y'all said I'm supposed to be the starting quarterback here. If y'all are not going to lock me in as a starting quarterback, I am not signing. And they took too long, and Justin didn't wait on him. I think it's a brilliant move and a great benefit. I think it's a brilliant move and a great benefit to the New York Jets that they now have Justin Fields over there with the superstar weapon that he had in college, Garrett Wilson, when they won a national championship. And for the first time in his career, Justin Fields is on the field with a full complement of team. There is a full team in New York. He got a running back, he got receivers, he got a tight end, he got an offensive line, he got a defensive line. He got everything that you need over there, and he's got a stalwart of a coach, Aaron Glenn, he's the first-time head coach, but Aaron Glenn was the defensive coordinator for the Detroit Lions for about 3 or 4 years over there. He did an excellent job over there, and no doubt, I believe he's going to put Justin Fields with whatever coaching staff he got into the proper position to do an excellent job over there. Look out for the Jets, bro. Look out for the Jets. That's going to be a good team. They're going to be a
sleeper team next year. They're going to be a playoff team, sleeper team.
That's going to be a good team. Justin Fields is explosive, and he has got a raw deal as far as I'm concerned in this league. Everybody wants to criticize and bash him and beat this kid down for doing the same things Jaden Daniels is doing that everybody's praising him for, that Geno Smith has been doing forever, that Russell Wilson has always done. How is Justin Fields the poster child for bad QB play, doing the same thing everybody else is doing in the league? I don't understand that, bro. I don't understand that. But I'm happy for Justin in the long run. I'm happy for Justin. He's finally going to get his due. 2 years, $40 million. The Steelers could have easily gave him that money, bro. All they had to do was commit to him, and they didn't want to do that. So kudos to them. And at the end of the free agency,
New York Jets win.
And at the end of the first day of free agency, guess what? they're still without a quarterback. You got DK Metcalf, you got George Pickens. Who gonna throw to him?
Who's gonna throw to him?
You want Aaron Rodgers? Yeah, fantastic quarterback.
42-year-old,
accurate out of this world.
42-year-old going into the season.
That's okay. He can give you 2 more years and still be a great quarterback. But good luck with that attitude and the moves and all that off the field stuff. That comes with him too. 4-time MVP, Super Bowl champ. You can't tell that man nothing.
4-time diva. That's what he is.
Yes,
4-time.
exactly. You can't tell that man nothing. You come over there to get into fights with Mike Tomlin, bro.
Oh yeah, him and Mike Tomlin, they're gonna be going at it. He's gonna do Antonio Brown and just take off his shirt. I'm telling.
Yeah, but this red beard, man. He talks.
I think it might be Ghost of Judah Tribe. You think it's Ghost of Judah Tribe?
That's stupid talk. You said what?
I think that's Ghost of Judah Tribe, right?
Right. Ghost of Judah Tribe, red beard. I think all them one and the same, bro.
Red beard, real Bears, all one and the same.
All of that, come on, bro. You just want to
come on, Ghost. Really,
Ghost. You
really
love negative energy, bro. Go on and kick rocks with that. Go and kick rocks with that. I'm gonna tell y'all this, Bears fans, and I said it at the beginning of this podcast. I'm gonna say it again. If the Bears go and get Will Campbell, and then go do one more thing for me, go do one more thing. Go do one more thing for me. Go get Will Campbell.
Look. He said, "I love Judah Tribe."
I'm sure you do, sir. I'm sure you do.
Okay, Judah.
Yeah. We know it's you, bro. But listen, if the Bears just need to do one more thing after getting Will Campbell for me. And I know some Bears fans like, why would you want to do that? We need to go and re-sign Keenan Allen to a 2-year deal. Upwards of $25 million, bro, in total. That's $12.5 million a year. Spot Track has.
How much you got in cap space?
I don't know, but we got that much, bro. We got enough for him, bro. Spot Track has his value estimated when he signs at $11.1 million. If we give Keenan 2 years, 25 million, we giving him $12.5 million a year. DJ Moore wants him back. Caleb Williams loves to throw to him. He's one of Caleb Williams' favorite targets. Bro, put that guy back on this team, and we are ready to cook. Plus, he fits the mold of what Ben Johnson loves to do. Ben Johnson loves blocking receivers. You got a big Roma Doomsday. You got a tough as nails DJ Moore, and you got a big physical and imposing Keenan Allen in the slot. Good luck stopping the run game with that, bro. Good luck stopping the run game with that. With these trenches and those receivers on the outside blocking, bro, they have a field day out here, bro. The Bears can have a field day. Real talk, bro.
Am I the only one that ever wanted Ben last year over Harbaugh? What's up with that? Whatever, man.
Can't answer that. Bro.
I'm about to go a 1 hour over.
Yes, sir.
I guess some of my last thoughts before I end this stream. Bears, people are always going to say, oh, Bears win the offseason. Bears win the offseason. This, that of this, that of that, that of this. But I think this is really different. I don't say that a lot. I didn't say that last year.
Right.
I don't think I really said that much.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I was kind of like, yeah, I was happy we got Caleb Williams, but I wasn't like very optimistic. I don't think me and you were not like super, super optimistic.
No, we weren't.
I think this year is different, because of course Matt Eberflus was there and we wanted him gone, but Ben Johnson, we got a head coach. We got a head coach in here that has a vision, vision for this team, that has a vision of what he wants his staff to be. He has a vision of what his culture wants to be, and that's a team full of, I don't want to cuss, but he wants a team full of guys that want to kick people's butt, a team of guys that want to dominate, and that's Ben Johnson's mentality. And the fact that he was able to get an all-star studded coaching staff, you got Dennis Allen, you got Dan Richard, you got
Antoine Randall L,
you got Al Harris, you got the running back.
Yeah.
Eric Bieniemy, those guys, man, that's going to come in. That's going to come in and tell these guys to shape these guys up like, hey, you're not going to be doing whatever you're going to be doing. You're going to come in here and you're going to work. You're going to come in here and you're going to do your job. You're going to do your job 100%. That's not what we've seen from Matt Eberflus. That's not what we've seen from the past regime. This is going to be a bunch of guys that's going to hold each and every person, 53 men on the roster, accountable. Tyreek Stevenson is not going to be doing that, turning his back around and doing that. DJ Moore is not going to be slacking off from what I've been seeing on tape. DJ Moore is not going to be slacking off. Cole Kmet is not going to be slacking off and is blocking. No, you're going to be doing your job. If you're not blocking, if you're not doing your job, you're not going to get the ball. That's what Ben Johnson alluded to in one of the mocks, the mock drafts, or one of the NFL the NFL workouts. He alluded to they asked him a question about DJ Moore, and he said, DJ Moore, if you're not going to be blocking, you're not going to get the ball. No blocking, you're not going to get the ball. And that's what Ben Johnson is going to bring. He's going to bring accountability. He's going to bring a real good work ethic to this team. And that's why I'm so excited about for this season, man. And kudos to the ownership. Kudos to the McCaskey family for doing what they can, opening up their checkbooks and putting their balls down, putting their balls to the wall and saying, man, it's time for a change. And it just seems like the Chicago Bears team is starting to make a change. We're going from just being mediocre to actually being a real football team, man. And
yeah.
I'm just excited. I mean, what do you think, Chuck?
Oh, definitely. I'm pumped. I love this all-star studded cast of coaches that we got. Cricket Commish just pointed out that JT Barrett is one of those coaches. He's the QB coach for the Bears, and I love that too, bro. JT Barrett is
former Ohio State national champion.
Oh yeah, bro. So yeah, I'm loving this. I'm not gonna give too much credit to the McCaskey family. I'm sorry, I can't do that. Just because they own the team, they've been atrocious for 8,000 years in ownership. So you don't get it. You don't get it right one time. You don't get kudos like you figured out everything and you were this great owner to me. They get kudos for getting out of the way and finally letting GM and the staff do what they got to do to get the team together. They finally stopped being cheap.
Well, to me, I'll give you this. At least they're not Dallas Mavericks.
Right, you mean Dallas Cowboys? Oh yeah, both of them really. Cowboys.
Both for that team. They're down bad.
Yeah.
Nico Harrison and all those guys.
So I want to give a little shout out and kudos to Ryan Poles, just for the simple fact Ryan Poles showed you the humility that if a GM shows the humility that's necessary to not being arrogant and thinking that he has to have all the answer, you can actually get the rest of the team done. I'm happy to see that Ryan Poles is understanding that he don't have all the answers, and it's okay to let somebody else make a decision, bro. I have no problem with what he's doing here. I know all of this that's behind me, all of these players that we got. I know this is Ben Johnson's work, bro. I ain't got no doubt in my mind that that's who doing this here. We saw what Ryan Poles does with the trenches. We saw that last year. It was atrocious, bro. But that's okay. Ryan Poles got 70% of this team together. It's okay to let Ben get the other 30% together. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Let him go and put his work in so that he get, so that he can help get this team all the way together, bro. So, shout out to Ben Johnson, for being a brilliant mind. And Bears fans, let me tell you something. Get this crap out your head that this is going to be the same old Bears as usual. All we're going to do is win all season, and then we're going to sneak up the joint in the regular season.
Yeah, Bears keep getting made fun of.
You see this guy over Kofi's, what is that, your left shoulder? That Ben Johnson guy? That guy there has had one of the top 5 offenses in the NFL for the last 3-4 years. And last year, he had the number 1 scoring offense in the NFL, 33.2 points a game for the Detroit Lions. And he did that with a limited Jared Goff. Now you got a kid who can do everything and then some that Jared Goff was not able to do. at Ben Johnson's disposal. This guy is going to draw up a playbook. He's going to draw up a game plan that's specifically tailored to Caleb Williams. And Caleb Williams, my good people, is going to cook. That's all I'm going to tell you. Now, if you don't believe it, and you don't, just do me a favor while you do in here doing all this big talking and all this trash talking about the Bears.
Keep that same energy when we're winning.
This is a feed that we're going to save. It's not going anywhere. So when all of you naysayers are jumping on board, and
real Bears fan,
right?
All y'all guys,
right? And all y'all that want to, all y'all want to sing the Bears' praise and talk about how great the team is when it gets there. I'm gonna just have Coach to play clips of this back, so y'all remember what you said before.
And I'm going to give it to you, Chuck, so you can clip it up. I can clip it up too.
Absolutely.
We're going to keep receipts. We're going to keep all the receipts.
Oh, yeah, brother. Oh, yeah. Because it's utterly ridiculous, man. You see the team working. It's different if we're not working, bro. It's different if we're not making moves. It's different if we're not trying. We are trying. We are working. This is work that's happening. Look at this, people. We're
not talking about you, Kamish. We're talking about all the people who naysayers, the Caleb naysayers, saying Caleb sucks.
Right. Not you, crooked Kamish. You already crooked enough, brother. We're not gonna make you more crooked.
We already got some crooked people on this comment section. You already know.
But no, it's utterly ridiculous. Come on, man. At some point, you got to be a fan and not a critic. At what point do you guys become fans and not critics? I need y'all to pull it together. Real talk. This is time to rally with your team, bro. Look at what we got, bro. We got a stud offensive line. We shored up the defensive holes that we had. And I thought going into the season, we had at least a top 5, top 10 defense going into the season, bro. We really were that good. And for quite some time, we played like that.
We were.
Yeah. Until injuries happened, and then all this other stuff started going on with the firing of the coach and what have you. Look at the weapons we got, people. If we bring Keenan Allen back, you're talking about a star-studded receiving corps. DJ Moore, Roma Dunze, Keenan Allen. You got Cole Kmet, who they're hardly even using like they need to use, bro. They're not even hardly using this kid like they need to use him. And Cole Kmet
I think that's what Shane Waldron failed. He didn't utilize Cole Kmet enough. He used his tight ends enough. The tight ends weren't utilized well enough.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I mean, you got to look at everything that's here. DeAndre Swift, he may not have been Saquon Barkley, people, but DeAndre Swift was no slouch. This guy ran well to be a diminutive dude, and he ran hard. And I was even impressed at times with how he did run in between the trenches, because he's not a trench runner. That's just not who he is. We never used Roschon Johnson to his full capacity and capability. Give Ben Johnson a chance to cook before you piss on him and throw mud on his face and tell him once again that the Bears suck. I'm tired of hearing y'all talk like this. I'm done.
For real. All right, guys, man. I'd like to thank all you guys for coming. I am over an hour, but I'd like to thank all you guys for coming. Make sure you stay tuned. We are going to be looking at some tape. If you are available, Chuck, next week, Monday, if you want to look at some tape with some of these guys, I'm down to do that.
Do so.
I might do some tape. I might do some video. I don't think it will be live, but I'm going to do some pre-recorded sessions of some tape, looking at some draft picks, possible draft picks like Will Campbell. I'm going to do a deep dive on Will Campbell, doing a deep dive on Josh Simmons, Montrell Johnson, all those guys.
Yeah, we can do this Membu dude, so everybody would know that we're being fair with our assessments. Yeah, put them out there, bro. Put them out there. Let's see what's out.
I will be doing one. I will be doing a couple this week. I think this week I'm definitely going to be doing one on Will Campbell. I'm going to be doing some tape on Will Campbell this week, hopefully this week. So look out for that, guys. Look out for that.
If we get Will Campbell, Bears fans, this ain't me. Whatever come out my mouth, this ain't me.
It's going to be. I'm going to do some deep dive on Will Campbell this week. So stay tuned for that, guys. But anyways, guys, I'd like to thank you guys for coming, and the future is getting bright for the Chicago Bears, man.
Yes, sir.
Don't be hating on Caleb Williams. Hate on Caleb Williams or not, we're going to be keeping all the receipts. But when we come back and revisit this tape, don't be getting on the bandwagon. Get on the bandwagon right now while it's still weak right now. Get on the bandwagon right now when it's still a little bit weak, because when it's hot and when the train is going, you guys are going to get left behind.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Anyway, guys, I'd like to thank y'all for coming. And
Yes, sir.
as we always end it over here, Chicago up,
Claws up,
balls up.
bear down.
Peace.
That's why I'm trying to make a better way. Whole new crib in a better place. Get my people out the hood, we'll see better days. Tell a fan sorry, y'all let them wait.